Okay. Today we are not cooking meth. I don't understand if that was your assumption, because that's something that is probably typically seen with this piece of equipment here. No, we are going to measure the volume of the combustion chamber on some XR100 stuff. What I want to do, we'll start with the stock guy here. We're going to measure the volume of this combustion chamber with this spark plug installed and torqued to spec. Then we're going to take the Spartan head, do the same thing. We're going to use all of these numbers and measurements later on and do a bunch of calculations and make sure that we are going in the right direction for the performance that we want out of this engine. I'll be able to show you all that as we go along. This is a Burette, a 100cc version. I do a lot of domestic V8 stuff. CC those cylinder heads as well with the same equipment. You can pick these up relatively inexpensively. Some at Jags. You can even half-ass one together off a Big Master if you really wanted to. We use a piece of plexiglass with a little hole in it. That's where the fluid goes in. And we use a little bit of Vaseline here. What we're going to do is we're going to smear it around this combustion chamber and lay our plexiglass over it to get a nice seal. Use some fluid in here. Fill up the chamber till all the air is gone. See what our difference in fluid amount is. That is our chamber volume. Now, I've got a funnel here that I'll use to fill it. What fluid do we use? Good question. You want something not clear. You want something not just water. You don't want something oily. You want it to flow nicely through this measurement device. I use window washer fluid. It's cheap, it's colored, alcohol based. I can recycle it, I can pour it in my car when I'm done. It's not going to damage any of the components that we're pouring this fluid into, right? If it was pure water, things could rust. If it was pure alcohol, it could displace moisture and things. Sorry, not moisture, oil. Additionally, after we CC the chambers, we are going to CC the ports, the intake port, the exhaust port. We're again going to compare that to our new head. So, I'm going to get this thing set up and we will get to work. Now you don't need to fill this entire thing up. If you think that your XR100, which is 100 cc's, is all compromised in this chamber, I'm glad you're watching this video because that is wrong. Thankfully, I'm tall. I'm not sure how well you guys remember chemistry class, assuming you took a chemistry class. There's a specific way you want to read this level. There's a meniscus, something you can look up, and it is a dish shape. There's a way to look at the measurement through the dish shape. So there are some bubbles that we want to get rid of. You can have a good look here at the value. If you can see that appropriately. Now we're going to take our OEM on the cylinder head. This is going to teeter. We want the opening angled up just a little bit. We want air bubbles to escape. So now I'm going to do, I'm going to take this Vaseline and just put it around the chamber. And get a shot of this. And look, you can see there's a nice seal around the chamber. So next, let's get this guy set up. Looks all nice and full now. Difference in the CC from start to finish is about 9. 9 cc combustion chamber stock XR100 head. Time for the other one. Time now for the big valve fancy Spartan head. Any guesses? Let's hear them. What volume is this chamber? It looks pretty big. And the magic number for the Spartan head is 14 cc's. That is a 5 cc difference. Alright, there you have it. Stock XR100 chamber volume, 9 cc's. Spartan head chamber volume, 14 cc's. We'll take a look at pistons next. We will see the Spartan piston, dome, crown, whatever you want to call it, matches the combustion chamber. The flat kind of dish stock one works well with the stock head. You guys want to go fast, let's make sure we match our pistons to our chambers. The TB120 flat top piston, Spartan head, it's going to be super low compression, it's going to run like crap. If you want to run the BBR 120 with this head, piston valve reliefs are pretty small for the stock valve size. Valve size, I measured it, and we will add that to our math table when we get there. 24 millimeter intake valve, 21 millimeter exhaust valve on the stock head. This guy is running a 28 millimeter intake valve and a 23 millimeter exhaust valve. But wait, there's more. The valve stem diameter on the stock head, 5.5 millimeters. These guys are 4 millimeters. What does that mean? Well, when we measure the ports, we're going to CC the ports. The air now has to go around a 4 millimeter valve stem versus a 5.5 millimeter valve stem. That's a big deal. All these little tricks into this cylinder head are going to make us go fast. So I'm going to go ahead and measure these ports. Intake, exhaust on both heads. Next time we get together, I'll have all the data in a spreadsheet where we can look at it side by side. And we're going to see what we can do with all these numbers, how it helps us go fast. Until next time, catch you guys later. Since we just measured the volume on both of these chambers, had some window washer fluid in there, before we're done, we're going to give it a little spritz of WD-40 because water's bad inside of engines. Catch you guys later.